Welcome to this explainer. Let's jump straight in. Today, we're diving into one of the most profound geopolitical and economic shifts recorded in ancient texts. We're looking at the immediate aftermath of a truly monumental event, the marriage of the Pandavas to Draupadi. Now, if you're familiar with the source material, you know the wedding itself is legendary, packed with impossible trials and divine intervention. But what we're going to break down today is what happens the morning after. How does the world react? How does wealth move? And how do family dynamics set the stage for an empire? We're going to stick strictly to the data and descriptions from the original text to really grasp the immense power, blessings, and wealth that flowed from this one single alliance.
Which brings us to the big question. What happens after the most important wedding in mythological history? Think about it for a second. You've got 5 extraordinarily powerful warriors, the Pandavas, who have just aligned themselves through marriage with King Drupada, one of the absolute most formidable monarchs of the time. This isn't just a marriage, right? It's the ultimate mythological superpower alliance being sealed. The balance of power in the known world has just violently tipped, and as you'll see, the immediate ripple effects of this union are staggering.
Let's get into Section 1, the ultimate political alliance.
The sheer psychological relief King Drupada experiences here is absolutely fascinating. The text tells us explicitly that the moment this alliance with the Pandavas was secured, Drupada had all his fears completely dispelled. But it goes way further than just regular political security. The source explicitly notes that this monarch no longer stood in fear even of the gods. I mean, that is a massive statement. By aligning his family with the Pandavas, Drupada essentially becomes untouchable. It cements this union as an ancient superpower alliance so formidable that both mortal and divine threats are entirely neutralized in the mind of the king.
Moving on to Section 2, the matriarch's mythological blessing. Stepping away from the political realm and into the inner household, we have to look at Queen Kunti's pivotal role in shaping the future. The text gives us these incredibly vivid sensory details of this private yet highly formal morning after meeting. The ladies of Drupada's household approach Kunti, worshipping her feet. And then Draupadi approaches, attired in this stunning red silk, her wrists still encircled with the auspicious marriage thread. She salutes her new mother-in-law with deep reverence, standing contentedly before her with joined palms. It's this beautiful moment of deep tradition. Prita, which is another name for Kunti, looks at her beautiful, sweet-dispositioned daughter-in-law, and out of deep affection prepares to deliver a blessing. But let me tell you, this isn't just any blessing.
Kunti essentially pulls out the greatest hits of mythological history here. Talk about mother-in-law pressure. She tells Draupadi to be to her husbands what these legendary wives were to theirs. Be thou unto thy husband as Sachi unto Indra, Lakshmi unto Narayana. This brilliantly illustrates exactly what Kunti is doing. She isn't just saying, hey, have a happy marriage. She's contextualizing this new union within the absolute most epic, divine partnerships known to their culture. She is setting an impossibly high standard of devotion, prosperity, and cosmic power for Draupadi to live up to. And then, the blessing just launches into this sweeping political and economic mandate. Just look at the massive scale of Kunti's wishes here. She decrees that Draupadi be installed as the queen of the kingdom and capital of Kuru Jungala with Yudhishthira. She wishes that the whole earth, conquered by the immense strength of her husbands, be given away by Draupadi at a grand horse sacrifice. She tells her to obtain whatever superior gems exist on earth and to be happy for a full 100 years. So, the crucial takeaway here? Kunti is literally speaking an empire into existence through this blessing. She's prophesying total global conquest, infinite wealth, and century-long joy. But then, she brings it all right back down to earth. Right in the middle of talking about conquering the globe and gathering the world's gems, Kunti grounds this epic political moment in a very raw, human family dynamic. She says, "So shall I rejoice again when, O accomplished one, I behold thee become the mother of a son." It's such a poignant, highly emotional wish. It reminds us that beneath all the superpower alliances and the grand destiny of kings, this is just a mother who simply wants to see her lineage continue and to hold a grandson. All right, Section 3, the divine dowry. We absolutely have to talk about the staggering economics and the sheer, unadulterated wealth brought into this alliance by Hari, also known as Lord Krishna. The text lists this rapid-fire inventory of what Madhava, Krishna, sent as presents after the marriage, and the volume is just breathtaking. We're talking gold ornaments heavily set with pearls and black gems, which the text identifies as lapis lazuli. There are costly robes manufactured in various countries, which points to some massive international trade networks being leveraged. There are incredibly valuable soft blankets and hides, costly beds, carpets, and vehicles. He even sends vessels by the hundreds, entirely set with gems and diamonds. This brilliantly illustrates the extreme extravagance and the limitless financial backing Krishna is injecting into the Pandava camp.
But he goes far beyond just household luxury items. Krishna essentially gifts them an entire mobile infrastructure and a military-grade entourage. The text outlines thousands of beautiful, accomplished female servants brought from various countries, all decked out in ornaments. Then you have the transport and combat assets. Well-trained elephants specifically sourced from the country of Mathura, excellent horses in costly harnesses, cars or chariots drawn by horses noted for their excellent colors and large teeth. The sensory details here, like large-teethed horses and Mathura elephants, really emphasize that these aren't just generic gifts. These are top-tier, highly specific premium assets being deployed.
And if the physical assets somehow weren't enough, we get to the raw capital. The text states that the slayer of Madhu sent them coins of pure gold by crores upon crores in separate heaps. Now, just to put that into perspective, a crore is 10 million. So crores upon crores of pure gold coins is a virtually unfathomable sum of liquid wealth. The crucial point here is that Krishna is effectively handing the Pandavas the ancient equivalent of a billionaire's blank check. This astronomical financial backing ensures they have the economic leverage to execute literally any political or military campaign they could possibly conceive.
So how is this unprecedented influx of wealth received? Well, the text notes simply that Yudhishthira, the just, desirous of gratifying Govinda, accepted all those presents with great joy. There's no hesitation here, no false modesty. He accepts this massive economic power joyfully to please Krishna, which perfectly seals their absolute prosperity and mutual alignment. They are now fully capitalized, fully blessed, and fully unified.
Which leads us perfectly to the final thought of this explainer. The Pandavas have neutralized all political threats by earning the absolute backing of King Drupada. They've received sweeping, mythological-scale blessings for total earth conquest and century-long prosperity from their matriarch, Kunti, and they've just been injected with infinite, unimaginable wealth and resources from Lord Krishna. I want you to really think about this as we wrap up. With an invincible political alliance, epic generational blessings, and infinite wealth, what force on earth could possibly challenge the Pandavas now? It's a terrifying and thrilling position of power, and it perfectly sets the stage for the rest of the epic. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive through the text. Until next time, keep analyzing, keep questioning, and keep learning.